Hi everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is Linda with you with another elemental reading. This is a collective spread that I've designed covering the elements and discussing topics related to those elements. So for Earth, we're going to look at things related to the mundane life, work, home life, family, finance, career. Fire is going to cover topics regarding passions, creativity, sexuality, and challenges. Water will look at emotions, feelings, and topics related to that. And air will look at anything with regards to communications, thoughts and concepts and ideas. So let's dive right in and get started with the Earth reading. So let's have a look. I've used the Aquarian Tarot and the Voyager deck for this reading. So we have Judgment, Four of Pentacles in reverse, Knight of Cups, and the Magician in reverse. With the Child of Worlds, Three of Cups, and Seven of Wands. Okay. Excuse me. So there's two Pentacles cards in this spread. The Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Page of Pentacles is upright. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. So what I feel with this top line here is that for some people watching, you may be going through some type of rebirth moment with your career life. You might be feeling like for some of you, this has been an ongoing energy for a while where you feel like you need a shift. You want to be doing something completely different. For some of you, you'd prefer to move towards more creative things, but that's not necessarily true or even important for everyone. But it's more about following your heart and following your something at a deeper level rather than just something that helps bring home a paycheck. Although of course that's important. We need to pay the bills, right? But this Four of Pentacles in reverse is saying that you've released your attachment to something, to a certain kind of work. For some of you, you may have actually been fired or let go of by your employer, but that's generating a catalyst for you in the area that you've actually wanted to create change for some time. And so you could be now considering what your assets are. And when I say assets, I don't necessarily mean your physical resources as in terms of things you own, but I'm thinking more in terms of what skills you have, what resources are within you, what talents can you tap into to turn a situation here into something beneficial for you. Page of Pentacles with Three of Cups and Seven of Wands on the bottom row here is saying you definitely are going to need to channel your enthusiasm and love into something and keep working at it with courage and passion and determination, bringing discipline and fire and imagination to whatever it is that you choose to embark on next. Yeah, for some people, you may, with this Magician on the top line here in reverse, you could be feeling like you've been putting your energy into things that aren't really of much interest to you, or that the skills that you have been underutilized, and you either your previous employer or you yourself as an independent person hasn't necessarily been really in tune with how to best channel and utilize the skills and the resources that you have within you. So this is a chance here to kind of get this energy in the upright position like so, and start to work with your energy in a more conscious way, with your willpower, with intention, with courage as well, with creativity, with passion, to push it forward into the world in a way that generates something that's very deeply satisfying for you. Like this Knight of Cups, there's a feeling of a desire to want to move forward with something that's more meaningful, more love, more compassion, more creativity. So that kind of a shift, because you have the Judgment here as this first card with the Four of Pentacles. I do feel like there's been some kind of release here, whether that's been by your choice or by an employer or by circumstances in general. You may have you may be dealing with a shift here, and you're looking to how you can turn a circumstance into an opportunity for you to really thrive and start to bring forward things that you've been really feeling and thinking about for a long time here. So a Page of Pentacles is a new beginning in the physical world. And I'm seeing this Three of Cups here as, some of you might be actually working together in a team of people. There could be collaborators. You could be deciding to start something with a team. And that might be just a purely creative, fun project. That doesn't necessarily have to be something that has the pressure of needing to generate income because there is like an urgency or a need required for, money to come back around. But this could be something that's more just purely for the purpose of play and for fun and for the love and for creativity and for doing something with a collective of people, with a team of people where you feel like you belong, where you feel like you are understood, where you feel safe, where you feel like you can express yourself freely, and it's going to be not only acceptable but also desirable. Like, people want to have your input, they want to hear what you have to say, they want your creative expression, they want you to contribute. And that may not be how you've been feeling in this top line here and in the previous moment or up till now in your current line of work or in your current either group projects or just work in general. So this could be a really welcome change for some of you if you have had this experience recently where your work life seems to be shifting. All right, I'm going to leave it there for the Earth reading. Let's take a look at fire. 10 of Cups reversed. 9 of Pentacles reversed. Empress reversed. And the Fool reversed. Okay. The World reversed. It's the universe in this deck. Queen of Swords reversed. And 2 of Pentacles upright. Okay, so in the fire reading, remember we said we're going to talk about challenges. So this definitely looks like a challenging energy here. What it feels like in this row is that some of you might be having the experience where I feel like there's some energy of rejection in this reading, or some kind of exclusion I'm hearing. Some of you might be feeling like if you were a part of something but now you feel like you're not. Like this 10 of Cups here, this doesn't have to necessarily be a family unit, but some kind of group thing. Like I definitely feel an energy of something that was once a really fun and happy and light and life-filled creative thing or group thing, something you felt like you belonged to, some kind of organization or group that maybe is now leaving you feeling a bit left out. With this 9 of Pentacles in reverse, it's like you're on your own again now, having gone from the 10 to the 9. You're on your own, but the 9 is in reverse, so I don't feel like you're happy about being alone. I don't feel like you're feeling necessarily really confident about this at this time. Like that's why I'm saying I feel like there's an energy of rejection in this top line here. Even this bottom line as well. Like there's a feeling of being alone, and not in a good way. Like the Fool reverse, it's interesting that you have the Fool reverse and then the World reverse, because that's the last card and the first card of the Major Arcana series. So there's something a little bit sad in this reading, I would have to say. There's a feeling of with the Queen of Swords in reverse, like you not being able to speak up or say what you feel about a situation. It feels cold, it feels exclusionary, it feels like you're a little bit isolated. It feels like things happened in a quick way too, and in a way that wasn't necessarily expected. It seemed like something didn't run its course in the way that you had imagined it would. And so it's hard for you to feel like a sense of completion with it, because you didn't necessarily have that full run in the way that it could have. That's what I feel in these cards. And so now it feels here like you're having to recalibrate your own energy and figure out how to balance out this feeling of what happened, because I feel like there's a bit of a mystery in these cards too. Like this 2 of Pentacles here at the end reflection, it feels like you're trying to understand through the lens of the people that you've been dealing with here, who may have now excluded you, or who have maybe led you to believe that you're not wanted somehow as a part of a a group thing. I'm hearing presentation. If that's meaningful to someone, let me know in the comments. So what I'm seeing here with this Two of Worlds is that you are seeking to understand your place in this current experience that you're having, and it feels very mysterious. Like all the cards are in reverse except this Two of Pentacles. So it feels like you're left here standing, trying to understand the experience that you've just had through the mirror of the people. But all the people are not really available. I feel like there's not really communication. It feels like you don't have access to people in the way that you might have before. It feels cold, I must say. But I would also say with that, I think that what's important to remember here is that, okay, certainly exclusion hurts, and definitely feeling left out of something that you felt a part of at one point is going to sting, most certainly. But something that I've been going through personally is very similar to this, and I've also noticed in the astrology there's this energy of kind of a clearance and purging, and in particular with social circles and groups. So while this might feel uncomfortable, and I'm certainly not trying to bypass your process, like it's important that you feel what you feel. Like if you feel rejected, if you feel sad, if you feel excluded, don't deny yourself from feeling those things, and don't deny yourself from actually witnessing that and understanding that that is what you're going through. Don't talk yourself out of it, and don't try to make yourself feel like you're just imagining it, or that you're crazy to think that way or whatever. If that's what you feel, that's what you feel. There's no need to pretend that the experience is something other than what it is. So be mindful of that, and let yourself have that moment to really feel the feels. But also use it as a time of reflection as well. It could be that there is something valid in this experience here that's showing you that maybe this group actually may not have been actually a really good match for you. And this is sort of a way of things coming back into proper order, and creating space for you to then draw people into your world that actually are a much better match for your energy and your intentions and your values and your integrity and the things that really matter. Some of you might feel, as I said here, with the universe in reverse and the Fool in reverse, I feel like there's this sensation here of not having completed something, but that there is an ending, but without a sense of completion or closure or culmination, or without that sort of satisfying experience of understanding that something has been completed. It's also sort of a feeling of I'm hearing bridge now, and that I feel that makes sense. I feel like this experience is a bridge to something new, and I'm understanding now that this is actually just opening up a space and creating, as I said earlier, a space for people to come in that are actually a better vibrational match for you and your values. So take time to feel what you feel, but don't spend time feeling bad about yourself. Don't let insecurities take over. Don't let your inner voice punish you. Don't let your mind run away with too much of like, I'm not good enough, or even poor me stuff, or any of that. It's just a cycle closing out here where forces are at play, and a better alignment is coming in. So trust that. Trust yourself, and use this time of reflection to just be clear and understanding about, who people really are. And don't let this be a moment where you shut down and don't let yourself open up to people, or be trusting, or let yourself be vulnerable to people, because that's not ever gonna get you anywhere. This happens sometimes, don't take it personally. I know that might sound really flippant if this is really fresh and you're feeling the sting of being left out of something that was really important and meaningful to you. Like, rejection sucks, there's no way around that. But let it be something that you use to help you become stronger, become more self-loving, become more understanding, more compassionate. Don't be resentful. Don't hold on to that anger. It doesn't serve anything in the end. That bitterness will crystallize in you and create more loneliness and more sadness if you let it. So, yeah, don't avoid your feelings, and don't deny what you feel, but don't become a victim of your own feelings too. Just see it for what it is, and accept and understand people's choices, and be the bigger loving person that you are here in this situation. And you know, like, there may or may not be an opportunity for you to communicate. Like with this Queen of Swords in reverse, I feel like you might have already tried to say something about this before, or you might have you know, tried to express something or communicate something, and it may not have been received. It may not be the time now, and you might need to understand that it might not ever be the time, and that might also be something that you have to learn to accept and forgive. Okay, let's move on now to water. We have King of Wands in reverse, the Lovers upright, Knight of Wands upright, and Eight of Swords. Okay, this is the water reading. So this is emotions, feelings. It could be relationships because we have the Lovers here. Could be creativity. Four of Worlds reversed, Sage of Worlds upright, and Ten of Wands in reverse. All right, this is an interesting spread. Excuse me. So what this feels like to me is that there could be a sudden union that happens, something very passionate that shows up rather quickly. And it looks like it could be a lot of fun. It could be very exciting. But there is a little bit of a warning here with the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Wands here. Also the Four of Worlds reversed. If there's something showing up here in a romantic way, in a passionate way, in a sexual way, just be careful that you don't try to like make it become something that it's not, because this could be just a short fun thing that's very fleeting and exciting, but if you try to grasp onto it, it could turn into something painful. Because I feel like there is, you know, with the Ten of Wands reversed, Eight of Swords, and then the Four of Worlds reversed, there could be some kind of disappointment or loss or some kind of pain. There could be some kind of like this King of Wands in reverse. I feel this could be a person, and never mind about the gender. I'm just seeing this as a person who is showing up, and you know, a lot of fun, a lot of action, a lot of tenderness, a lot of, you know, passionate, could be a really good lover, something like that. But with this Eight of Swords here and the Ten of Wands, I feel like this person that maybe doesn't have the intention to stick around for a long time or be, you know, a long-term project or partner. It doesn't have to be about a romance also, keep that in mind. This could be anything related to emotions and relationships, any kind of relationship. So there, you could, what I'm seeing here is that if you try to latch onto this person and try to make it become something bigger or make a bigger story out of it, you could experience a loss, you could experience disappointment, and it could be quite painful. The other thing I'm seeing in this spread here is that whether or not this is a romantic thing, if this person is showing up and there's some offer of business, I would suggest against getting involved. I take a moment to really check out this person, because they're showing up as the King of Wands in reverse. That straight away tells me that, and with this Eight of Swords as well, that there could be something not to trust. Like they could be trying to trick you. This Knight of Wands here also representing them. Like they could be trying to create an alliance here, but they might not have what they say they have. Like they may not have the resources that they are wanting you to believe they have in order to agree to some kind of alliance or union or partnership. They could be hiding information from you. They could be outright lying. They could be, like with this Four of Pentacles in reverse here, how I'm seeing this is that they could actually swindle you. This could be some kind of con man. Be careful. Be careful. Just be really aware. Take your time and don't rush in. Don't sign anything, of course. Like just take your time and don't overestimate what they are offering. Take your time to really validate and verify who they are and what they're offering you. Because I feel like it's not necessarily a genuine offer. There's something very charismatic about this person, and they're very fast moving. They're kind of like sweeping you off your feet. Again, whether or not this is about a love offer or a business offer, it doesn't really matter. They're a very charismatic person, and they're trying to convince you of something, but they're not telling you everything there is. They may be trying to pull the carpet out from under you. That's how I'm seeing that Four of Pentacles reversed. It could be very educational, like you could learn a lot from the situation, but don't fall into the trap of having to learn a lesson that you don't really need to learn if you actually just pay attention to the signs and see someone for who they really are, and don't get swept up. If it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I'll just say that, and I think I'm going to leave that there, because I feel like that's pretty much all there is to say in this reading. Just be really careful. Okay. Last but not least, let's have a look at air. Seven of Wands, Seven of Cups reversed, Nine of Wands, and Six of Pentacles reversed, Balance reversed, Star reversed, and Two of Wands. All right. So air, this is about communications, right? Communications, ideas, thoughts, concepts. So how I'm seeing this is that if there's been a difficult communication, like if there has been even maybe an argument with someone, there could be some kind of disagreement here. Or if it's not an outright argument, you might be feeling a little bit bullied by someone, or not even exactly bullied, but someone could be making you feel confused, and it's a bit overwhelming, and that may be making you want to put your defenses up or put your guard up so that you can protect yourself. And there's something imbalanced about it. Like you have Balance in reverse and Six of Pentacles also in reverse. It could be also a legal matter here. There could be a legal matter here as well. Something defensive. Yeah, Seven of Wands as well. There could be a legal matter here, and it might not be something that you expected. It could be kind of coming out of nowhere all of a sudden. And it does have sort of it will have a purifying effect, but there's something that you are having to deal with here that I feel was unexpected and kind of sudden, and has sort of put you on the back foot, and is making you a little disillusioned by life maybe, or confused in general about this person's actions and behavior, and maybe that's making you question yourself as well. You might be second guessing yourself. There's definitely confusing energy in this spread. I'm going to pull one more card from this Folia deck here to see if I can get a little bit more clarity. Just one card, please. The top one. That's the Nine of Wands again. Same card here, this time in reverse. So yeah, something's making you have to defend yourself here, and it feels sad to me because this Star card is in reverse. So perhaps this issue here, which is either something unfair or something like actually legal happening, is I'm hearing backpedaling. So someone that you're dealing with could be like switching sides. It could be you as well, but I feel like it's the other person, and it feels a little bit unfortunate here. Something's going on here that feels unfair and like a lack of balance, and someone may be really putting you into a space where you're questioning yourself in a way that's really discombobulating, really confusing. You're having to be defensive. You're having to maybe really go over some details in your mind to get clear, and I would suggest that you do that as well, like so that if this person is trying to kind of confuse you and discombobulate you, make sure you have everything clear in your mind as it really happened, so that you can understand exactly where you stand, and this person doesn't have that much of a space to throw you off. So really be clear, get really clear, purify, get clear in your mind. And there, the star in reverse makes me feel like it's a sad feeling because maybe this person or this opportunity or this situation, whatever it was something that was incredibly hopeful and beautiful and something that made you feel really alive and optimistic and something that maybe really made you believe in life or believe in people or something. And somehow that is getting a little bit if there's a feeling of being jaded in these cards, I would say. But again, there's energy in this spread that's saying there's a restoration of balance occurring. This is just something you have to go through. And I don't necessarily feel this is a long-reaching energy. But I would say, as I said, like really get clear in your mind what actually you're dealing with and what really happens so that you don't get too spun around by this person. And also pay attention to the details. Excuse me. Pay attention to the details. And yeah, I feel like even though these two cards are in reverse, these two cards can both be legal things. Like the balance card from the Voyager deck is actually the Justice card from other decks, and here it is in reverse. But you see this, like this is kind of this graphic, this collage is sort of mimicking the scales that the character in the Justice card holds, and in this Six of Pentacles as well, you have these scales here. So there's something a bit out of balance here, but I feel like you need to bring your A game 100% to this situation to work through it and re-establish balance in your own self, in your own life. And just I feel what I'm seeing here is that this is a process you have to go through, and I feel like there's no way to avoid it. It's unfortunate, but there's no way to avoid it. So do your best to just maintain your presence, stay balanced in yourself through it, stay grounded, stay clear. Don't let any emotional upset really take you too far off your center, because it's going to be really important that you stay centered through this so that you can heal and grow and purify through it. And once you get clear of this process, this person can probably no longer be a presence in your life, and then it seems as though it could be over. So stay present, stay with it, stay focused, pay attention to the details, and stay grounded, and just work your way through this situation, whatever it is. It's kind of ironic because there's all this imbalanced energy in this reading, but actually the purpose of it all is to get you back into balance. I hope that makes sense. Alright friends, thank you so much for watching. If you've made it all the way through to the end, it's an honor and a pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, commenting and subscribing. I'll see you in the next reading.